Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this September the 6th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Thursday and Friday. Also, we're going to take a look at the information on now, which is now Hurricane Lee. We're going to take a look at the tracks again, and also the cone from the National Hurricane Center and the intensity guidance once again. Also, we're going to take a look at the Watches Warning Advisory map for your location across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview, and also the storm report that came in this afternoon, and also the fire weather as well. And also, we're going to take a look at the Hurricane Center forecast page. And we'll show you the disturbance and also Lee in the tropical Atlantic. Okay, so if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's get the show on the road there, folks. And let's dive on into your forecast now. Alrighty, as you can see here, we got quiet conditions then from Quebec, Canada, through southern Canada, all the way back to the Vancouver, Canada region, the southwestern portion of that area. Also through Seattle, Washington, through San Francisco, Los Angeles, down to the Gulf of California. Also through Arizona, Utah, back over toward Denver, Colorado, and the portion of the Dakotas as well. Also through portion of Oklahoma, down toward Dallas and Houston, Texas as well. Also into northern and central Mexico also. Alright, we got dry conditions expected through Minnesota, through port of Iowa, all the way down into portions of Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, back over towards Ohio, and also towards Chicago, Illinois. Also into Wisconsin as well. A little bit of dry conditions expected along the coastal Carolina, down in the portion of Florida, northern and central Florida as well. Alright, we got showers and storms over in portions of Oregon, through portion of Montana, a little bit right along the North Dakota Canadian border as well, a little bit through portion of North Dakota also, portion of Wyoming. A little bit down in portion of New Mexico. We got showers and storms then from South Dakota through Nebraska, down into Kansas, also back down in Arkansas and portion of Mississippi as well. Alright, a little bit down here in the portion of southern Florida, Florida Keys as well. Alright, also we got some over here in portion of Louisiana, through the Carolinas, around the Atlanta metro area as well. Also toward Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, up into Maine. Also toward Montreal and Toronto, Canada. And also in the portions of Michigan, as well as a cold front continues to slice through the area and push offshore. We got another cold front dropping in out of Canada. Will continue to push across the nation as well as we continue to move through the remainder of the rest of this week and into the weekend as well. Alright, in the yellow slashed area here, there's some severe showers and thunderstorms may be severe, with some severe weather possible in that region from portions of Vermont through New York State all the way down into portions of North Virginia. Alright, let's take a look at your Friday forecast. As you can see here, we got quiet conditions there from Quebec, Canada, all the way through southern Canada, back to the Vancouver region of Canada as well. Also back through Seattle, Washington, that's for San Francisco, Los Angeles, also down through the Gulf of California, also in the portions of northern and central Mexico through Texas, back up to Denver, Colorado, portion of Wyoming, also in the portions of Minnesota through the Dakotas as well, towards Chicago, Illinois, also into Missouri, down into Mississippi, Alabama, around the Atlanta metro area of Georgia, all the way back in the portion of Ohio, and also in the Chicago, Illinois region as well. Here is Hurricane Jova over here in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Continue to push on off to the west. Alright, we got showers and storms right along the Canadian border, right up here near Montana and the portion of North Dakota. Also through Montana, North Dakota, back into South Dakota. And also in the portion of Nebraska as well, as a cold front drops into that region. We got a cold front standing from portions of southeast Canada through Montreal all the way down to the southeastern United States, all the way back into portion of New Mexico. This is producing showers and storms standing from Arkansas to Missouri, back into Oklahoma, down towards the Dallas and just east of Houston, Texas region. Also through the Gulf of Mexico, down into central and southern Florida, just west of Miami there. Also down just north of the Florida Keys as well. Also through Georgia to Carolina, up to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, up to Maine. Also to Montreal and Toronto, Canada, back to Philadelphia, and portion of West Virginia as well. with showers and storms along and ahead of that cold front dropping through the area. All right, let's move on to Hurricane Lee. Lee became a hurricane just as expected this afternoon. Check out my earlier forecast, this afternoon forecast. Welcome to check that video out as well. I said it would probably become Hurricane Lee by the 2 p.m. advisory or either the 5 p.m. advisory. At 5 p.m. it became Hurricane Lee. So now we have Hurricane Lee in the tropical Atlantic. It has continued to push on off to the west-northwest. Looking better organized this evening as well. Getting a lot of convection blowed up in the center. Okay, well here it is. Here it is. 5 p.m. Location is around the yellow portion of the area. This is the tropical site. This is tropical storm force winds. The circle in the yellow. The X marks the spot right in the center portion of the storm. All right, through 2 a.m. Friday morning, still remains a hurricane through then. By 2 p.m. Friday afternoon, it's supposed to be a major hurricane. Probably by the 11 a.m. advisory, it will become a major hurricane and then continue a major hurricane all the way through 2 p.m. Monday. All right, see the National Hurricane Center got this little blob where it could go this way, that way, that way. To the northeast. So it could get close to the Outer Banks of North Carolina as well. And it could even some of it may even get kind of close to the eastern Bahamas as well if it continues to move on the projected path, kind of like this, and then take a turn to the north. But anyway, we'll take a look at the computer model here in just a little bit. All right, if you're tracking this storm at home, it's located near latitude 14.9 north, longitude 46.4 west. Maximum sustained winds are at 75 miles an hour with higher gusts, and it's moving to the west-northwest at about 14 miles per hour. So right now it's classified as a hurricane with 74 miles per hour to 110 miles per hour. Expected to be well over that 110 miles per hour threshold coming up in the next couple of days here. All right, let's take a look at the computer model guidance. Still looks pretty much the same as earlier this afternoon. Current location is here, still pretty much taking it to the west-northwest. Most of the models are currently taking it to the north. So we hope this trend continues. Hope it continues to move off to the north. Let's take a look at the intensity guidance of the storm. Yeah, we're going to take a look at the intensity guidance of the storm. The intensity of the storm right now, currently, like I said, it's a hurricane right at 70 knot winds. So that equals up to 75 miles per hour storm. It will continue to grow in strength. See, it keeps it going all the way up to a category 4 over the next 36 to 48 hours. They even a few computer models even taking it up to a category 5. I would not be surprised that even happens as well. Alrighty, and let's see here. I'm still gonna be. Let's take a look at the GEPS ensembles. Still looks pretty much the same as I showed earlier this afternoon. Takes it this way and then up to the north. Some of the SpaghettiOs even taking it pretty close to around Nova Scotia up here. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. There's some computer models now starting to try to send it a little bit further to the west through the Bahamas and then maybe up the coast of the southeast. Something we'll have to keep a close eye on, but right now currently all the computer models will turn it to the north. It looks to turn off to the north. I'm still expecting that cold front to kind of move in during that region, and it should push offshore. So it stir the system out to sea. So, but we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens in that. All right, let's take a look at the watching, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, as you can see here, we still got those air quality alerts for northern Maine, through portion of Minnesota, back down to much of Iowa, all of Nebraska, portion of eastern Colorado, and eastern Wyoming. We got the excessive heat watch still remains in effect for Southern California and also southwestern and southern portion of Arizona. Also, we had that air heat advisory in New Mexico, also in the West Texas, East Texas as well, southern Oklahoma, portions of Arkansas, all of Louisiana, and a little bit there in portions of northern Mississippi, and also into portions of southwestern areas of Tennessee. Excessive heat warning is also in effect there in North Texas, also right along the Texas-Louisiana border, and also bordering up with Arkansas as well. Also, we have a severe thunderstorm watch with a few ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings over portion of Mississippi there as well. A few severe thunderstorm warnings also in effect for a portion of Arkansas also. Air quality alerts around the Charlotte area. River flood warnings still continue for South Dakota and also across the east, southeast North Carolina and northeast South Carolina, southeastern North Carolina as well. And also we have a heat advisory for you guys in portion of Virginia through Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Delaware region, also in the New York State, Connecticut, also into Boston, also up into the Maine area, and also into Vermont and New Hampshire as well. All right, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center overview. You can see here, this is pretty much what I showed earlier this afternoon. We got the general thunderstorms in Montana, back in the portion of Nevada, also into Wyoming, also in the New York State, all the way back into Texas. There's that marginal risk along that cold front, standing from central Texas all the way into Michigan, and also into portions of Wisconsin, and also into portions of New York State. Slight risk down here in portions of Louisiana, portions of Arkansas. Alright, convective outlook, you can see a little bit better for that. Current watches, this is the current watch. What I just showed you earlier, Louisiana, portion of Arkansas, and also into Mississippi as well. MDS discussion, currently none at this time. Storm reports, no tornado reports as of this afternoon, so that's good news. Wind report, we had 8 of them. Pretty much took place in northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, central Arkansas, and southeastern Oklahoma. Alright, hail reports, we had 4 of them, and 0 were large. They were pretty much in Arkansas and also into portions of northern Mississippi and southern Tennessee in that region. Total number, 12. As the current recording, would not be surprised to see a few more added later on. Alright, fire weather. No areas of fire weather at this time, so we're in good shape there. And finally, we're going to wrap it up with the National Hurricane Center tropical weather page. Here is Hurricane Lee, located here. This is that system located off the African coast. A tropical wave is producing an large area that's an organized shower and thunderstorm over the far eastern Atlantic between the Cabo Verde Islands and also the west coast of Africa. Environmental conditions appear conducive for gradual development of this system, and a tropical depression could form later this week or this weekend while the system moves west-northwestward at about 10 to 15 miles an hour over the eastern tropical Atlantic. This system is expected to move across the Cabo Verde Islands today and tonight, and interested there should monitor the progress of the system. Right now, it has about 30% over the next 48 hours and a 60% over the next 7 days. All right, let's take a look at the X-Franklin storm. This is X-Franklin, shower and thunderstorm activity associated with the post-tropical cyclone Franklin. located a few hundred miles east-northeast of the Azores, has become a little bit organized today. Although environmental conditions are only marginally favorable for additional development of the system, it could briefly acquire some subtropical, tropical characteristics during the next day or so, while it moves to the northeast and northward over the northeastern tropical Atlantic. By Friday, further development not expected, and this system will be unfavorable for conditions to develop. So we can say goodbye to Franklin after this here. Right now, it has about 30% over the next 48 hours and the next 7 days as well. All right. Well, that ends the video. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button before you leave the video. Take care. We'll catch you back in the next video. And enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. All right. We'll catch you back in the next video. So have a great Wednesday evening, folks.